Good afternoon, it's Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Today is Thursday, November 18th, 2021. Hey, just a reminder, if you like the show, hit that share button. Come on, hit the like button. Let me know you like it. You can also comment live during the show on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Money Chat Now is, of course, brought to you by Investor Schooling. And if you want to, there's still time to attend a complimentary class tonight by going to investorschooling.com. You can learn about real estate investing, stock option investing, and you could even meet me. And I promise I'll be wearing a different jacket, so you could actually get to see that as well. So on today's show, we're going to be talking about the market update. We're going to be talking about batteries being the new oil, Nvidia stock soaring, CVS closing stores, Gestapo Joe's mandate challenged. We're going to be talking about sweet green IPO, the crypto tax, and the wrapped up. So if you guys are in crypto, you definitely want to know about the crypto tax. It's important to know what's going to happen. Let's talk a little bit about the Dow and the S&P and the Nasdaq, of course. So the Dow actually closed down only 60 points. I actually expected it to be a really bad day today when I saw it open about 250 down, and the S&P was down and the Nasdaq was down, but the S&P actually finished up 16 points, and the Nasdaq finished up almost 72 points. So I was kind of surprised at this. This blew my mind. I actually read it wrong this morning. I let everybody know I thought the market was going to tank, and it did not. So good for the market, but not so good for me because most of my plays were down. All right, let's talk a little bit about batteries. So the global battery economy is being deemed as the new oil and will reshape century-old supply chains while establishing new industrial order, according to an analyst at Morgan Stanley. Most of the attention surrounding electric vehicles focuses on the car companies. So you've heard about Tesla, you've heard about Lucid, and you've heard about Rivian. But there are so many more ways for investors to capitalize on this burgeoning industry. So the firm, Morgan Stanley, estimates that the total addressable market for EV batteries will hit $525 billion by 2040 amid a sharp jump in EV sales driven by technological advancements and supportive policies. ESG factors will also boost sales. So here is basically the story. The investment opportunities will include mining companies, and these are the companies, of course, that are mining for the raw materials to make the batteries, cell component manufacturers. By the way, I'm just wondering, I know, they always get everybody talks about fracking and fracking for oil. Well, what about the mining companies having to, mine for these things? So whatever. It's going to be something in the future that people will be complaining about, I'm sure. So, of course, there's also cell battery component manufacturers. And, of course, once the materials are mined, they need to be assembled into components of the battery, such as the anode, the cathode, the electrolyte, and the separator, and, of course, even the casings as well. Don't forget the next thing, which is going to be recycling the batteries. So there'll be also people in the business of recycling the batteries. So if you really want to invest in EV technology, look, the auto manufacturers are just the beginning. You might want to be in other places as well and talk a little bit about it. By the way, if you have an electric car, leave a comment. Let me know if you have an electric car or what electric car you have, or even if you're considering getting an electric car. I'm curious to know what you guys are doing in this. I'm on the fence still. It's not that I don't think they're great. I'm just on the fence. I'm curious to know if you guys have one, a Tesla or a Volt or anything like that. Just let me know in the comments. So Nvidia shares advanced today nearly 10% after beating on both the top and bottom lines of its quarterly results and issuing a bullish revenue forecast for the current quarter ending in January. The chip maker saw a 55% gain in data center sales from the same period a year ago, 42% increase in gaming, and that's their biggest market. However, check it out. So these gains also help lift the other chip stocks, such as AMD, Qualcomm, and Micron. So take a look at some of those stocks as well. So what made Nvidia grow? Well, they've been on a big run with shares up more than 125% year to date. The company has had more demand than it can fill, especially for its hard-to-find GeForce graphics cards that are popular with gamers. Don't forget, these cards are also being used by crypto miners as well. The new games, crypto, and the metaverse will force them to create new graphics cards that will basically become the Matrix. Watch for it. It's definitely going to happen. I'm telling you now. The Matrix is coming. Skynet is coming, and it might be good or bad, but either way, we have no choice because it's coming. Let's talk about CVS. CVS is closing 900 stores over the next 3 years as they move to more online sales. Over the past decade, we have seen CVS open several stores, often some within walking distance to another. I always wondered what they were thinking. Why would they have a store that you can literally walk to another store from? I don't understand. But anyway, of course, we have seen that pharmaceutical sales is definitely a good business model. However, CVS announced in a news release that it will focus more on its efforts on a digital growth and turning its stores into destinations that offer a range of healthcare services from flu shots to diagnostic tests. Oh, and don't forget the 17 booster shots for the non-pandemics you'll see in the future. But getting back to CVS, you'll soon see 3 different types of stores. One group will offer primary care services, another will become health hubs, and the third will remain the traditional stores that fill prescriptions and sell items from shampoo to milk. CVS stock was up today on the news, and the stock has rallied almost 80% since last year, which is pretty wild. All right, let's talk about my favorite topic, and this time I have a new name for him. It's called Gestapo Joe. So the unconstitutional Gestapo gang in the White House, led by the Supreme Leader, Gestapo Joe, is finally getting some serious pushback on the illegal vaccine mandate. As you know, the Supreme Leader, Gestapo Joe, otherwise known as President Poopy Pants, has ordered all companies with 100 or more employees to force vaccines on their employees. This was going to be enforced by the new Nazi regime called OSHA. OSHA was going to issue fines of over $13,000 for each employee not vaccinated, and for any company that did not comply in violating the privacy of an employee, they should be fined $135,000. Oh boy, I bet the boring OSHA employees were excited about this. They can now be big boys in their own brown shirt, OSHA labeled brown shirt. Isn't that awesome? Well, not so fast. You guys can leave your salute to the Supreme Leader, which looks like this, down for a while, because someone who actually read the Constitution called foul. As you know, this went to the Fifth Circuit in Louisiana. They imposed a court order that delays the mandate from taking effect while the rule is under review. The court said the Attorney General's arguments give cause to believe that there is grave statutory and constitutional issues with the mandate. All of the lawsuits seeking to overturn the rule were consolidated into one case and randomly assigned to the conservative-leaning Sixth Circuit Court Appeals in Cincinnati. So, of course, the next place for this to be heard will probably be the Supreme Court. All I can say at this point is thank God the greatest president this country ever had in the past 50 years, the great Donald Trump, was able to secure a majority of conservative-leaning judges. I believe these judges will adhere to the Constitution and cancel Gestapo Joe as fast as BLM canceled culture. All right, guys. In the meantime, hold on. Sit tight and keep the fight against these anti-constitutional criminal bums. Let's take a break, and we'll see you in a minute.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start. Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from 2 Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse. Oh my goodness, my number one troll isn't online today. I'm so disappointed that I'm not getting to see Kittens make her comments about my jacket. Anyway, thanks for everybody out there. I see a couple of people have the Volts and a couple of people have Teslas. Oh wait, Kittens just came in. She came in just as I said that. It's pretty wild. All right, cool. Anyway, so far we've been discussing the market update. We've been discussing the fact that the Dow is down 60 points, the S&P is up 15 points, and the Nasdaq is up 73 points. We talked about batteries being the new oil, Nvidia's stock soaring because they are selling more and more cards. We talked about the fact that CVS is closing stores, and I'm hoping that Kittens got to hear all about Gestapo Joe and how President Trump is the greatest president that ever happened, and hopefully his legacy will be able to stop Gestapo Joe. All right, pretty soon we'll be talking about Sweet Green IPO, the crypto tax, and of course the wrap-up. But first, did you guys hit the share button? Come on, Kitten, share this with your friends. Tell everybody how you're making fun of me so everybody else can see it too. Hit that like button and let me know you enjoy the show. Of course, you can also leave comments, and I will try to respond to them live. All right, let's talk about Sweet Green IPO. Yesterday, we discussed the Chobani IPO, and today another IPO for a company named Sweet Green was launched. Founded in 2006, Sweet Green has found a loyal customer base with its menu of customizable salads and warm bowls that appeal to consumers. They are looking for healthy and convenient options. Salads and soups are basically their main products. The chain has also leaned into technology, pushing its customers to order their salads online to cut down on lines inside restaurants. More than 2/3 of its revenue comes from digital sales, so that's pretty awesome, right? The stock opened at $52 a share, giving the company a market value of more than $5.5 billion. The company priced its initial offering at $28 a share on Wednesday. So basically, in above market range of $23 to $25 per share, it took off. Sweet Green sold 13 million shares, raising $364 million for the company. And basically, the stock rose almost 100% in one day. It's pretty awesome. This is a quote from the CEO, Jonathan Newman. "We like to say we want to build the McDonald's for our generation." I got to say, it's certainly a possibility, but I'm skeptical. We have seen salad chains open and close quickly. McDonald's, by the way, is really fast food that you can order fast, or at least used to be able to order fast, and eat fast. Whereas salad is something you really can't eat at 65 miles an hour down the highway. The symbol for the new company, by the way, is SG, and I wish these guys good luck. All right. Getting back to the crypto tax. So cryptocurrency is becoming more and more mainstream, and the U.S. government wants their piece of the action. In a normal investment, you buy an asset, and that asset increases in value. You sell the asset. You pay what's known as a capital gains tax on a profit. Of course, there are many ways to not pay that tax by using vehicles like Roth IRAs, but most of them aren't in the crypto world. Most aren't doing that. All right. The problem with crypto is that the transaction is supposed to be anonymous. That means if you transfer a Bitcoin worth about $60,000 today to someone, and then they transfer it to someone else for, let's say, $70,000, that transaction, both of those transactions actually are anonymous. That means that the hand in your pocket, I mean the IRS, has no way to track this transaction. And with President Poopy Pants' new infrastructure deal, they need all the money they can prying out of your pocket. So part of the problem is the basic definition of a broker. When you buy stocks or bonds or other investment assets, you go through a broker that has the details of the transaction, and they can report those to the IRS. With crypto, the definition of a broker, or in this case, the person responsible to report the earnings, is vague. So in an attempt to make the definition less vague and make sure you're paying your fair share of taxes on your crypto investment, the act called the Keep Innovation in America Act was introduced today. I got to tell you, I often read some of these acts or bills just to see if I can follow them. And I also want to see what our legislators are doing, and also to find the loopholes if they're obvious. So I want to see if I can pay less taxes on a loophole, or if I can, if it doesn't affect me, or whatever the situation may be. But I have to tell you that most of them are long and have lots of silly definitions and directions in them. But seriously, you got to do this. I swear, this will make you laugh. Do a search on this one, and you'll find a one-page PDF that looks like a 10th grader's book report. No, really, do a search on the Keep Innovation in America Act, and you will see what we pay our congressmen and women to do. You will seriously want a refund on your tax dollars when you see that we're paying them to do this. Anyway, as of now, it's difficult for many of us who dabble in crypto to even know what our cost basis is. Look, I have a Coinbase account, and I cannot find a cost basis tab anywhere on the app. I just know I have more money in the account than when I started. Because this is the first year I have a Coinbase account, I'm curious to see if I will receive a 1099. Of course, if I don't, just in case they're watching, as a law-abiding American, I will calculate the profit myself, and I can be sure to pay my fair share of taxes of the profits. Of course, right? Anyway, we will see you in just a minute. We're taking a break.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and so far we have been discussing the market update. The Dow is up 60 points. The Dow is down 60 points. The S&P is up almost 16 points. The Nasdaq is up 72 points, and it's been a kind of a mixed day. We also talked about the fact that batteries and battery manufacturers and battery miners are the new oil. They may be a good investment. We talked about the fact that Nvidia stock was soaring on gaming and, of course, crypto as well. We also talked about the fact that CVS was closing stores. I don't know, that one kind of surprised me, but that's the way it is. Of course, we talked about the fact that Gestapo Joe's mandate has been challenged. Thank goodness for Donald Trump and his legacy, leaving all the conservative judges so that we no longer have to be forced to take a vaccine that we don't want. All right, we also talked about the Sweet Green IPO, and we talked about the crypto tax. And we're going to be talking about right now the wrap-up. We're going to be talking about notable moves, crypto, and of course my stock picks. But most importantly, did you hit the share button yet? Hit that like button. Let me know you enjoy the show, and leave comments on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and LinkedIn. I also want to remind you that this show will be moving to 7:30 on Monday through Friday as of November 29th, and we will be broadcasting the show on WWDB Radio in Philadelphia live on December 1st. Stay tuned for that. Actually, I can't wait to see how if we get the following we get, and if Kittens even comes on and listens to us on the radio. I'll be looking forward to that, Kittens. That's pretty awesome. She wants to know if I can button my jacket. No, I can't button my jacket. All right, the market started down today over 250 points, and I expected it to continue to drop, but it came back to finish only slightly down. So it actually wasn't that bad. Again, it only went down 60 points. I actually thought it was going to be worse. So let's talk about some notable moves. Apple was a mover today as it climbed over almost 5 points to a new high as the rumor of Apple creating self-driving cars emerged. Apple plans to be a leader in this technology in the next 2 to 3 years. You know, pretty soon, our kids aren't going to need driver's license. They're not going to need to learn how to drive because the car's going to drive them. Let's talk a little bit about Alibaba. They fell 20 points as the Chinese giant reported terrible earnings and, of course, terrible guidance with the communist restrictions making it difficult to be profitable. So as long as they're a communism, there will never be profits and companies can't make money. So two of my favorites, of course, is CCL and AAL, and they were definitely buying opportunities today as they both dropped about 2.5%. Meta is also settling back. And I'm looking forward to the stock to go in the 225 range before I re-enter the stock. I think it's going to be a great play. Rivian tanked as it went back to the 120s. I tell you, I like the stock at 95 or below, and now the options are currently being traded. The profit takers took their money, and now the stock traders like me are getting ready to pounce. You like that word, kittens? Pounce? All right. Hood reached a point where I believe it will be in trouble, so I actually sold mine. I'm actually going to be looking for the low 20s to re-enter. I think, unfortunately, it got tanked, and that's just the way it is. Let's talk a little bit about the crypto scene. As I said before, crypto is usually a tell for the stock market, and crypto is moving down rapidly, and Bitcoin even dropped below 58,000. Ether is probably hovering right around 4,000, and of course my millionaire making play Shiba is at 0.43 millionth of a cent, or 43 millionth of a cent. I'm looking for 37 millionth of a cent to re-enter, and Doge is dropping as well, and that's at 22 cents. All right, for all you hodls out there, good luck, and if you know what a hodl is, then you know what I'm saying. Okay, anyway guys, this is the deal. I want to thank you for watching Money Chat Now. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow, and don't forget we'll be moving to the we're moving on the 29th to 7:30, and we'll be live on the radio on WWDB, and we're hoping you're going to listen and watch. And as you know, if you've made any money, by the way, if you made any money on the tips discussion of the show, please leave a comment. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook, hit that share button, hit that like button, and we are also being transmitted on the Investor Schooling site. And I think that's where Kittens is. So if you guys want to find her, she's on the Investor Schooling Facebook page. Of course, from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in this show. The opinions discussed in this show is solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. Thank you for watching Money Chat Now, and I'll see you tomorrow.